Okay, so with this one, when I first sold that flip, my very first flip, I had sold it, and about a month later, I ran into this listing. This was a foreclosure, and it was listed by a well-known broker that was out of Berwyn, and for whatever reason, he got into the REO, got connected with the REO, so he had a lot of big foreclosure properties. When I looked at he was asking 75,000 for it. Originally, I think it was like 90, and then he lowered it down to 75. It was on the market for like 60 days. When I looked on the MLS and when I looked on Redfin and I looked at the listing, it said that it was a 2-bedroom. And in that 2-bedroom, one of the bedrooms measured 12 by 15. And then the other bedroom measured 22 by 12. And it had a finished basement with another bedroom downstairs. But like we said, bedrooms don't count downstairs. But he did have it listed as a 2-bedroom. It had been remodeled about 5-6 years before the foreclosure, before the 2008, before the disaster that happened with real estate. So I was like, I'm curious about this 12 by 22 unit, 12 by 22 foot bedroom. This must be in the master. I can probably go in there and make two bedrooms out of it. I'll make an additional bedroom.
How many bathrooms were in the place?
It had one bathroom. So I one and a half.
Two downstairs.
Yeah, and they had one in the basement. So when I went to go view it, I put my poker face up, and we're walking it. I open up the door to this 22 by 12 bedroom size, and it has one switch on the right side with a door, and it has a light switch. But then I noticed that it has a closet to the left, and on the opposite side it has a door and it has a closet and it has a switch. So there's 2 light switches, and right down the middle you can see that at one point there was a wall there, and they had tied it together, and you can see that somebody came in and tied them together and then redid the flooring. He did mention at one time there was a room here, you can put up a wall. There was a wall here, you can put up a wall, and now you have 3 bedrooms. And I was like, yeah, you know what? But they're going to be really tiny. I kind of like brushed it off. I put my poker face. So I tried to negotiate with him like at 60,000. He wasn't taking it. So I ended up picking it for 75. Kitchen had granite countertops.
Was it a Fannie Mae deal, or was it a deal like a Fannie or Freddie deal, or was it owned by Chase? Or
I think it was a Fannie Mae, but it was where how you have the 30-day period at that time. It had already expired.
Yeah.
So it went out to it was open to investors by that time. But everybody was looking at 2 bedrooms. Any real estate investor that was flipping properties knew that wasn't a deal for them because it was only a 2-bedroom. They weren't looking at the fine print. And that's when I looked at the fine print about the measurements of the bedrooms, when a light bulb went on, and I said, I got to go look at it. And that's all I honestly, that's all I did. I just basically built the wall.
And then we painted the kitchen with our spare paint that we had, because the kitchen was this really bright neon yellow. So we just we blended it out, and then I went in there and staged it. We just did a really good cleaning, maybe some touch-up paint in some areas. But it was just that one kitchen that was just really ugly. And then the living room as well needed a touch-up paint because it was still like a greenish color. So it had these very bright colors. But all the paint that we had, we didn't buy it. We already had it left over from all of the rental properties. So we didn't have to buy none of that. So we just painted in certain areas that needed it because they had a bright color in there. He added that wall. We just cleaned that up. There was a closet that side. There was a closet that side, and we were done.
Yeah, there was.
You bought it for 75. How much did you end up putting into it total?
Literally $1,000.
Unbelievable.
Everything else we had, we had left over. We didn't have to purchase anything.
It was just that wall. It was just that wall that we added there.
Amazing.
Added electric to both sides. I mean, it costed me 4 sheets, say 6 sheets of drywall, some taping, some baseboard, some shoe molding, and some paint. That's all it was. And remember, the kitchen, the bathroom was already remodeled. Both bathrooms were remodeled. The kitchen had granite countertop. At the time, that's what was in granite. It had newer, not new, but newer cabinets. They had left the stainless steel stove, stainless steel refrigerator there. I added it as a package when I put it up for sale. Yeah. And that was the first time.
We just did a deep cleaning and just painted the ugly neon colors, and we were good.
Dylan always says, before Dylan jumps in real quick, he didn't make this up, but he always says this: the devil is in the details.